Sports.
We are Black Horse. We are Arizona.
The D-backs take this historic winning streak into Los Angeles. 10 straight wins, 3 consecutive series sweeps, all over NL West opponents, including these Dodgers just last week at Chase Field. And now it's LA's turn to host as we close out the season series. It's the D-backs and the Dodgers on Fox Sports Arizona. Good afternoon from Dodger Stadium, and welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthiaume and Bob Brenly along the way. The Diamondbacks come in here riding their 10-game winning streak. It's our final visit to Dodger Stadium this year, but tonight, no Goldie. He is on his way back home to Phoenix to get a sore right elbow checked out. Torey Lovullo broke the news about 2 hours ago.
There's something that's been lingering in his right elbow for about the past 6 or 7 days, and he's been playing through it. And, you know, to be quite honest, he probably could play tonight if he had to. However, we just feel like as precaution that we want to keep him out of the lineup, have the elbow examined. So he's going to be heading back to Phoenix tonight to get an MRI and just get a look at it. And like I said, we just want to make sure everything's okay. He's just too important of a player.
And there's a chance Goldie could be back here tomorrow and play tomorrow night. They don't consider this serious. In fact, Bob, we were in the clubhouse and Goldie was lobbying Torey to let him play tonight.
Well, he's only missed 2 games all season long, one of them being yesterday in Colorado. So Diamondbacks aren't overly concerned. Obviously, when it's your superstar player, you want to make sure it's taken care of, and he's okay moving forward. And I think this is absolutely the right thing to do at the right time.
Well, the Dodgers should be very concerned. They're up against Robbie Ray tonight. He looked sensational against LA last week in Phoenix.
6 2/3, gave up 1 run on 4 hits. The 1 run was a Curtis Granderson solo homer. He struck out 10 Dodgers, absolutely dominated that Dodger lineup that day.
He's up against Rich Hill in a matchup of lefties. Here we go, final time this year, the D-backs and the Dodgers. It's 3 from LA on Fox Sports Arizona.
Diamondbacks baseball on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Gila River Casinos. Earn rewards 10 times faster than ever before with the Card by Gila River Casinos. Sign up for the Card today. By Chaz Roberts Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Choose Chaz. By Jack in the Box and the Jumbo Jack. A home run for your mouth. By Chase, master what's now and what's next. And by CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by your Valley Honda dealers, where you get more standard features for less money. By Gigablast, internet from Cox. Get ready for the gig life. By Oregano's. Step up to the plate for a guaranteed home run. At Oregano's, your neighborhood pizza joint, location statewide. By Phoenix Raceway, see Dale Jr.'s final West Coast race at the Can-Am 500 November 12th. Tickets at phoenixraceway.com. And by State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent today or call 1-800-STATE-FARM.
Oh, everything's coming up D-backs these days. We've won 10 in a row. They've lost 8 of 9. We have Robbie Ray on the mound, and it starts next on Fox Sports Arizona. On this Labor Day, a happy one to you and yours. Steve Berthiaume, Bob Brenly, and Jody Jackson with you. It's the first of 3. The D-backs and the Dodgers from Dodger Stadium. Diamondbacks come in here rolling. They have won 10 straight games and 12 of their last 13. And here's the lineup for Torey Lovullo's D-backs. It's brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers.
David Peralta is the constant leading off once again out in left field. Christopher Negron playing shortstop this evening. A.J. Pollock will be out in center field with JD Martinez cleaning up in right field. Brandon Drury at second base. Jake Lamb at third. A bottom third of the lineup of Adam Rosales at first base. Chris Herman catching. And left-hander Robbie Ray on the mound.
Another left-hander on the mound for the Dodgers. He's your Ram truck starter for LA. The 37-year-old lefty Rich Hill. 9-6 in 20 starts, a 3.71 ERA. The Diamondbacks just faced Rich Hill last week at Chase Field and knocked him out of the game in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Hung lost number 6 on Rich Hill in that game. 6 runs on 8 hits in 3 2/3. It looked like they were looking curveball early in the game against Rich Hill, and when they got it, they did not miss it.
Dodgers defense is presented by Nationwide Vision Center.
Kike Hernandez will be in left field tonight. Chris Taylor in center. Yasiel Puig over in right field. It'll be Justin Turner and Charlie Culberson on the left side of the infield, with Logan Forsythe and Cody Bellinger on the right side. Austin Barnes doing the catching for left-hander Rich Hill.
Alfonso Marquez, our plate umpire tonight, calling the balls and strikes. David Rackley's at first base. Chad Fairchild at second. And the crew chief, Larry Vanover, is at third. We mentioned the Diamondbacks, only the 2nd time in franchise history they've won 10 straight games, so I wonder, what could you possibly have come up with for your Valley Honda dealers' key to the game?
With apologies to Nigel Tufnell of Spinal Tap and kind of a salute to the Death Star here at Dodger Stadium, this one goes to 11.
Let's hope. Let's get to 12. Last time the Diamondbacks won 12 in a row, the only time, in fact, June of 2003, and there it is.
Yeah, I got to go back and look at some of those box scores from 03. I knew we were going to talk about it in the pregame show today, and I didn't have a distinct memory of that particular time in my life, so I had to go back and look at some box scores. Some of the names that popped up: Oscar Villarreal and Eddie Oropesa. As I told Jody, Robbie Hammock was a very valuable utility player that year. Played right field, played third base, caught a little bit, played all over the field.
Now he's one of Torey Lovullo's coaches here in the dugout as David Peralta starts us off. Quickly down 0-2.
Some guy named Gonzalez.
Never heard of him.
Luis Gonzalez.
No.
I don't really remember him well.
Doesn't ring a bell.
He was in the lineup a lot during that winning streak.
Missed with a Rich Hill fastball. 1-2 on Peralta. David, 3 hits in the Colorado series, including an RBI double. Austin Barnes, the ASU Sun Devil, behind the plate tonight for LA. No Yasmani Grandal. They are also without Corey Seager, who's got a sore elbow of his own, the Dodger shortstop. And we do not anticipate that we will see Corey Seager in this series, at least defensively. Charlie Culberson, just called up today from the minors, is the starting shortstop tonight.
Well, an achy throwing elbow is a little more problematic for a shortstop than it is for a first baseman. I mean, everybody on the field has to be able to throw, but the reality is that shortstop's got to make a lot of throws over the course of a ball game. First baseman, very few.
Well, that was the good news about Goldie's elbow. Torey told us today it doesn't bother Goldie when he throws the ball or when he swings. So that's why they feel pretty optimistic right now, but they're just having an MRI done as a precaution. David, I'm sorry, Bob.
I was just going to say, this is the time of year very few of those guys out there in uniform are feeling 100%. Everybody's got something that's a little nagging, a little hot.
Not caught looking at a fastball, and Rich Hill strikes out Peralta to start us off.
Shortstop number 45, Christopher Negron.
And I truly believe, like you said, Goldie was down arguing, trying to get in the lineup tonight. If if the race was a lot closer and this game was a lot more important to the race, I think Goldie would be in there tonight.
Christopher Negron is in there at shortstop. Ketel Marte a little dehydrated after the long series at the Elevation in Colorado, so he's got the night off. And it's another start for Negron, who was in there at first base yesterday against Colorado, went 0 for 4. Christopher just brought up from the minors with September roster expansion. Hit 300 at Reno this year, 13 homers, and played all over the field defensively. He's a very good defender. Big breaking ball from Rich Hill, and it's 0-2.
Or what a difference from the last 3 games at Coors Field, where pitchers were really struggling to get their breaking balls to bite. Now you got Rich Hill with one of the best left-handed curveballs in the game, and it is biting.
2 strikeouts to start it off against Rich Hill.
That's his signature pitch. His fastball will sit in the low 90s, 90, 91. But that big curveball has been his go-to pitch when he has a 2-strike count. When he needs to throw a strike, that's usually what he goes to.
Torrey was telling us he was also mixing in an occasional changeup last week at Chase Field that surprised the Diamondbacks a bit, so they'll be looking out for that pitch as well tonight.
That's because everything else he threw got whacked.
It's true. He was out by the end of the 4th inning. First pitch swinging is whacked to third. Turner's there. It's a 1-2-3 start for Rich Hill. Robbie Ray coming up from Dodger Stadium. Your Ram truck starter for the Diamondbacks, Robbie Ray. 11-5 in ERA. That's now below 3. He dominated this Dodger ball club in Phoenix last week. He struck out 10 in 6 2/3.
Everything's been working lately for Robbie Ray. His fastball command has been tremendous. The 2 breaking balls that he features have been sharp and late breaking. Everything working well.
Dodger lineup presented by your Valley Chevy dealer.
Chris Taylor, the center fielder, leading it off. Kike Hernandez, the left fielder, batting second. Justin Turner will be at third base. Cody Bellinger across the diamond at first. Austin Barnes doing the catching with the Yasiel Puig in right. Logan Forsythe at second. Charlie Culberson will be the shortstop, and Rich Hill, the lefty, on the mound.
Taylor homered yesterday in the Dodgers' loss at San Diego, and he comes into this series riding a 7-game hitting streak. He's always a problem, it seems. And he's been a problem for Robbie Ray in his career. Taylor at 306, 19 home runs. He is 7 for 13 against Robbie Ray. Fastball missed, and it's 2-0.
Or the emergence or breakthrough of a guy like Chris Taylor causes an organization to completely reevaluate what they're going to do moving forward. Jock Peterson, who we assumed was going to be the center fielder all season long, should be getting called up here in the next couple of days, but went down to AAA and really struggled.
Yeah, he was not brought back up here when September 1st rolled around. They do expect Peterson will be back up here Wednesday, along with Trace Thompson and some other guys, as Oklahoma City's season wraps up.
That's one thing you can be sure of in this game. There's always somebody waiting to take your place. So you better perform.
2 balls and 1 strike. Boy, Taylor almost swung out of his shoes on that one.
You know, like most of the rest of this Dodger lineup, these guys don't get cheated. They try to get the ball in the air. They try to get some lift in their swing. Even the leadoff hitter, Chris Taylor.
2-2. Fastball down and away. He just did get a piece of it. Robbie last Wednesday against these Dodgers, 1 run, 4 hits, 6 2/3 innings. He was jumping ahead in counts all night long. 100 pitches in that start, 69 strikes. Threw both the fastball and the breaking pitches for strikes. That really helped. Lights off another fastball at 97.
Now this is something that Robbie's been able to avoid pretty much all season long, those extended at bats and extended innings because of the foul balls. Chris Taylor giving him a fight here to start the game.
Torey Lovello and Mike Butcher keeping a close eye on their all-star lefty. D-backs come in here 21 games over 500, 79 wins on the year. One more time on 2-2 to Chris Taylor. We'll keep going. D-backs begin tonight holding what is now a 6-game lead over the Rockies for the first National League wildcard spot. Colorado just beat the Giants this afternoon 4-3 at Coors Field on a walk-off walk. Giants reliever Corey Guerin walked Carlos Gonzalez with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th. So the Rockies have 1 today. Called strike 3, came in with a fastball and spotted it up on Taylor.
Left fielder, number 14.
Nationwide Vision Centers gives us a look at the Diamondbacks defense tonight.
Outfield will be David Peralta, A.J. Pollock, and JD Martinez once again tonight. Jake Lamb and Christopher Negron on the left side of the infield. Brandon Drury and Adam Rosales filling in at first base for Paul Goldschmidt. Chris Herman will be behind the plate for the left-hander Robbie Ray.
Kike Hernandez is the left fielder tonight. And
hitting only .215, but with career highs, 11 homers and 34 runs batted in.
This is another one of those Dodger hitters, even though he's, I consider him a part-time player, utility player. He swings for the fences every time he gets that bat off his shoulders. There's that big front leg kick, or at least he did have. He was kind of modifying a little bit at Chase. Just has a little toe tap right now, trying to get a little more on time with that swing.
There's Turner Ward, the Dodgers hitting coach, former D-backs hitting coach. Dodgers were the worst team in the majors last year against left-hand pitching. They are vastly improved this year. Robbie Ray, just like Rich Hill, a couple of strikeouts to start things off.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Turner.
It's that backdoor slower breaking ball that time. Gets Hernandez out in front, chasing a bad pitch.
2 down for Justin Turner, who is second in the National League in hitting, batting .332 and 18 home runs. He has been a red menace all season long. He starts tonight riding an 8-game hitting streak. Bouncer to shortstop. Christopher Negron is there. Robbie Ray a 1-2-3 first. No score in Los Angeles.
Paul Goldschmidt's headed back to Phoenix for a precautionary MRI on his elbow. Now, there was a bit of a tip-off to this. Back during the homestand, Paul was wearing some athletic tape on that elbow. Trainer said, look, it might help. But the reality is Paul was not feeling the injury during the game. In the morning when he would wake up, it would feel sore. As he loosened it up, as he played in the game, he said adrenaline is really the reason why he thought he did not feel it. But the good news is Paul feels like he could be back in the game as soon as tomorrow. And honestly, guys, on the homestand, 9 for 21 with 4 homers. Did not appear to affect him at the plate. Was 0 for 8 against the Rockies, but he said that was just Rocky pitching getting him in those situations.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed, certainly, Jody, for Goldie, and hopefully he'll be back here tomorrow in uniform and on the field. Adam Rosales is starting at first base tonight.
Boy, for a guy that is so accustomed to playing every inning of every game, this has to be one of the strangest experiences of Goldie's lifetime. Going to the airport, catching a flight back to Phoenix while his teammates are playing a ball game.
I'm sure it doesn't sit well with him. He lobbied hard with Torrey and Ken Crenshaw in the office today, but they want to make sure that everything's okay. 0-2 on JD Martinez. JD's first appearance at Dodger Stadium as a Diamondback. He had the whole day off yesterday in Colorado. 3 hits in the first 2 wins over the Rockies, including a double and a home run. He knocked in 5.
Now that Rich Hill curveball could be just what the doctor ordered for JD Martinez. If he happens to bite off a little bit too much strike zone, that's an off-speed pitch coming into his bat. Those are the pitches that he usually pulls hard to left field. We know most of his power is the opposite way, but off-speed pitches that stay over the inside part of that strike zone, JD will turn on him.
Yeah, he is crushing left-handers this year, hitting .397 versus lefties, but Rich Hill picks up a fastball and strikes him out. He has punched out 3 of the first 4 he's faced.
Elevated fastball up and out over the plate that time. And Dodgers are well aware that JD is a much better low ball hitter than high ball hitter. So in those 2 strike counts, look for Rich Hill to elevate the fastball and try to bounce the curveball in the dirt.
Brandon Drury in there at second tonight, .271. 11 home runs. He homered yesterday in Colorado. Drops another breaking ball in there and steals strike 1. Brandon has hit safely in 5 straight games, 4 extra base hits during that streak. He's really starting to barrel up the baseball lately. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Rich Hill really mixing in breaking pitches and fastballs here.
In his first at bat against Rich Hill at Chase Field last week, Brandon Drury waited on a curveball and hit a rocket to the gap in left center to drive home 2 with a double.
Swing and a miss. Boy, that curveball's got them all tied up. Already 4 strikeouts for Rich Hill.
Tight rotation. Really takes the break. Most of it is down. A little bit of a lateral movement inside to a right-handed hitter, but when he's keeping that pitch down there at the bottom of the zone and below, that's when it's tough to lay off of.
Jake Lamb batting 6th tonight, 255, 27 homers. Jake singled, struck out 3 times yesterday in the win over the Rockies. And they put on the Jake Lamb shift. Justin Turner, the third baseman, standing in the second base spot. Logan Forsythe back in the outfield grass. Dodgers will change up their shift against left-hand batters. Sometimes you'll see Turner standing where he is now in the second base spot. Sometimes he'll be back out there where Logan Forsythe is standing. Rich Hill behind on the lefty, 3-0. Jake Lamb has had some success before against Rich Hill. Adam Rosales, the first baseman tonight, on deck. 3-0 fastball missed. It's a 2-out walk. Well, Rich Hill there wanted nothing to do with Jake Lamb.
First baseman number 9, Adam Rosales.
A little upset he didn't get the call from Alfonso Marquez there. So a chance for Rosie. 1 on, 2 out. 236, 6 home runs.
Now, obviously, we'd like to see Goldie back in the starting lineup tomorrow night, or at least very shortly into the future. But if this does extend for a little while, we might see a bunch of different guys over there at first base. Wouldn't surprise me to see Jake Lamb slide across the diamond, maybe get a start at first. We saw Christopher Negron there yesterday, Adam Rosales today. But hopefully it'll be Paul Goldschmidt tomorrow.
A lot of it will depend on right or left-handed starting pitching. They're up against another lefty tomorrow night in Hyunjin Ryu. And then the right-hander Kenta Maeda Wednesday night.
We've seen Chris Iannetta take some ground balls and throws at first base. Chris Herman goes down there from time to time to take some ground balls and throws just in case. And usually when one of your superstars goes out like this for a day or two, there's a line of guys taking ground balls at first base. Hey, Skip, look at me. I'm a first baseman. Put me in there.
2-0. Well, Rosales can also, as we know, fill in at shortstop and third. Don't anticipate that Ketel Marte will be out much longer than tonight. Just a little dehydrated after all the elevation at Coors Field this weekend. Two and one. Here's Ketel. Was not feeling great after the game yesterday. He's not used to that altitude.
Yeah, you knew he wasn't feeling well. Rarely will players wander away from the back of the plane to come up closer to where we sit.
They're having too much fun back there. That's why.
Yeah, we sit up in the middle of the plane with the trainers and the peripheral staff, and then the coaches and the managers and the front office all sit up in the front. But you rarely see the players venture up toward the front of the plane. But we saw Marte come up to talk to Ken Crenshaw, and it was kind of a tip-off that there was something going on.
He's down there drinking his water right now. They've filled him full of fluids. 2-2 on Adam Rosales. He looks at a fastball. Rich Hill, 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. No score at Dodger Stadium. For postseason continues and you're not able to watch the game on TV, don't worry, stream all the games live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. It's presented by your Valley Honda dealers. You can download the free app and take Fox Sports Arizona and the D-backs with you wherever you go. Robbie Ray will face Cody Bellinger to lead off the LA second. Bellinger 272. and second in the National League with 36 home runs. He homered Saturday and Sunday in San Diego. Diamondbacks with 3 defenders on the right-hand side.
Now the Bellinger home run last night in San Diego broke the franchise record for home runs by a rookie held by Mike Piazza. Piazza hit 35 back in 1993. Bellinger with his 36th last night.
Yeah, tied the record on Saturday, then broke it yesterday. Robbie ahead 0-2. Shoots that one foul down the left field line. So Bellinger homers in each of his last 2 games after recently returning from a brief DL stint. He had a mild right ankle sprain. He missed about a week or so. No big deal. This is a fly ball to right field. JD Martinez just in front of the warning track has it for allowed out number 1.
Catcher number 15, Austin Barnes.
Austin Barnes, the starting catcher for the Dodgers tonight. 299, 6 home runs. As Manny Grandal, who struggles against lefties. He's a switch hitter. The batting average right-handed not so great, so Barnes gets the start tonight. Very interesting coming in here 5 months into the season with the narrative completely reversed. The Diamondbacks red hot. They've won 10 straight. The Dodgers have lost 3 in a row and 8 of 9. The lead for Dave Roberts Ball Club, which once seemed like 50 games, is down to 13.5 over the Diamondbacks. Dodgers just lost 6 of 7 on their road trip through Arizona and San Diego. And these guys who seemed unbeatable all summer long have lost 3 series in a row. While the Diamondbacks have swept 3 straight series. Everything is backwards.
Bizarro world.
I like it. Let's keep it this way. Swing and a miss. Robbie Ray matching Rich Hill strikeout for strikeout. 2 down.
You know, you don't see it as often in the game nowadays as you used to, but when you recognize early on that both starting pitchers are on top of their game, that's when managers tend to change their philosophy and maybe bunt a guy into scoring position, maybe try to steal a base, maybe play a little hit and run. If those starting pitchers are out there dealing, it's probably not going to be one of those games where you can just go to wailing up there at the plate and drive the ball in the gap and out of the park. You're going to have to manufacture a run tonight.
Yasiel Puig. Well, Robbie Ray has been especially effective for the Diamondbacks this year because he's just been kryptonite for the Dodgers. That's going to get out of play. Robbie 2-0 in 4 starts against LA this year. And in 24 innings against the Dodgers, he's got 39 strikeouts coming into tonight. Whew. Ahead of Puig 0-2. You have to think that after seeing what Robbie did to them at Chase Field last week, that they're also remembering that start here July 6th when he was just unbelievable. 6 innings, matched his career high with 13 strikeouts here at Dodger Stadium. Robbie Ray powers up a fastball. He's got 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. No score in LA. Here in LA, fans, you can watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.tv every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live, and you'll get a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Chris Herman leads off the Arizona third against lefty Rich Hill.
Through the first 2 innings of this game, Rich Hill has thrown 29 pitches, 22 fastballs, and only 7 curveballs, which is almost exactly the opposite of what he did at Chase Field last week when the D-backs banged him around.
And when he has dropped a curveball in there, he's had some big swings and misses. 5 strikeouts so far for Rich Hill. Fastball away. It's 1-1. Chris Herman has hit safely in 3 of his last 4 games. He had a home run against the Dodgers' Hyunjin Ryu last Wednesday at Chase Field. And a slow breaking ball there, taps it to first. Bellinger scoops it up and down.
Pitcher number 38, Ronald Ray.
Hard to believe that Rich Hill had such a tough time against the Diamondbacks last week. 6 earned runs, 8 hits. He lasted only 3 2/3, and I say hard to believe because he was coming off 9 innings of no-hit baseball in his previous start against the Pirates in Pittsburgh. So it was quite a contrast for sure.
Even though he lost the perfect game, then lost the no-hitter and lost the ball game on the walk-off homer by Josh Harrison, they always said there's a hangover after a no-hitter.
I believe him now. You think it's more mental or physical?
I think it's probably a combination of the two. The mental part, as you can imagine, when you get late in a ball game as a pitcher with a no-hitter, every pitch suddenly becomes the most important pitch of your life. Physically, you know, you're exerting yourself a little more as you get close to the finish line. You realize what's at stake, and maybe you overextend a little bit physically. I think it really affects you on your second start after you've thrown a near no-hitter.
I hope you're right. Well, it looks pretty good so far. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts ahead of Robbie Ray, 1-2. Just did get a piece of that one. Yeah, Rich Hill, 9 no-hit innings and then a walk-off homer by Josh Harrison to lead off the Pirate 10th. And suddenly it was all gone with 1 pitch.
Poof. Boy, and it barely cleared the fence out there and left.
Just in the corner, yeah. That short 4-foot-high fence at PNC Park. That's 6 strikeouts for Rich Hill, 2 down.
Hey fans, the day after every D-backs win, get 50% off all pizzas at regular menu price using promo code DBACS50 at papajohns.com.
Number 6, David Peralta.
David Peralta had a long at bat to lead us off tonight, but got caught looking at strike 3 his first time up. Dodgers will put the shift on against the left-hand batter. They'll leave Turner near the bag at third. Culberson and Forsythe kind of slide over the shortstop and the second baseman. There's ball 1. And then you've got Taylor in center, who's shaded way over toward left center field. There's a whole bunch of room in right center right now. Acres of space out there for Peralta. 1-1. Very muggy, humid day today in Los Angeles. Look at a miss. It's 1-2. There's almost no wind to speak of right now. The flags in center field are dead still. Very muggy here tonight.
Now, we were talking before the ball game started. It's fortunate that it's not a bright sunny day. It would really be hot here at Dodger Stadium, but had a gray overcast and clouds most of the day.
It looked like it might rain all afternoon. He wanted the fastball, didn't get it from Alfonso Marquez, and it's 2-2. If Rich Hill is unhappy, you'll know it.
Yeah.
He is very demonstrative out there.
And we pointed out in his start at Chase Field, it's hard not to watch the ball after the pitcher lets it go, but if you get a chance, watch the follow through. No two will be alike for Rich Hill.
He didn't go, Larry Vanover. And once again, Peralta's worked it full, 3-2. Yeah, he's got that sort of Karate Kid sweep the leg thing going after he releases the pitch. And he does the same thing with that leg when he throws over to first, that high kick. He went that time, says Vanover. 7 strikeouts through 3 innings for Rich Hill. No score in Los Angeles.
Early donuts all over the scoreboard as we head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Time to take a look at this day in baseball history, brought to you by Geico. We like to complain about the schedule and the travel. Well, how about this? Back in 1928, the Boston Braves begin a streak of playing 9 consecutive doubleheaders, a major league record.
Did it rain a lot or something?
I'm not sure why they had 9 consecutive doubleheaders, but they went 4-14 over that stretch.
Ouch.
Ouch, babe.
Logan Forsythe, the Dodgers second baseman, leads off the 3rd against Robbie Ray, and there's strike 1. Forsythe, 228, 4 homers. He is really slumping right now, just 1 for his last 20 up there. He does not deliver the offense they thought he might.
Yeah.
I was guessing that those Boston Braves teams weren't all that great. Fly ball right field for JD.
I was just going to say, you know who really enjoyed those 9 doubleheaders? The bench players, because they knew they were going to get some at-bats.
A lot of them. Well, here is the first major league appearance this season for Charlie Culberson, just called up from the minors this morning. He has been with AAA Oklahoma City all year. 250 and 4 home runs there. Culberson up to play shortstop. Corey Seager has a sore right elbow of his own. And we did not see Seager play defense at Chase Field last week, and we won't see him play defense, Dave Roberts says, in this series either. He's got some swelling and inflammation in that elbow. So it's Culberson tonight at shortstop.
Yeah, which is great news for the Diamondbacks, because Corey Seager can only be used in a limited fashion. He may get an at-bat here or an at-bat there as a pinch hitter, but the inability to throw right now will preclude him from going out there and playing multiple innings and getting multiple at-bats.
That's the big difference between Seager's elbow and Goldie's elbow. Goldie says he can throw, he can hit, it feels fine once he gets going. Seager cannot throw, and it's been that way for about 3 weeks now. That's going to slice out of play.
Steve Garvey played first base for 20 years in the big leagues and couldn't throw.
Even with those forearms?
Not even a little bit. That was one of the things about our advanced meetings I will always remember. Every bunt situation against the Dodgers, bunted to Garvey. Doesn't matter if it's first and second, runner at first, bases loaded, squeeze play, bunted to Garvey. He'll always just take the out at first base, never try to get the lead runner.
Well, we may see him around here, Steve Garvey. Usually hangs around Dodger Stadium. See him here a lot. Maybe we should walk up to him and bunt. See what he does.
Absolutely.
Steve, think fast.
Getting a rundown in the hallway.
There's no room. Tommy's always here.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie so far 4 strikeouts. He's retired all 7 he's faced. Fastball missed, and it's 2-2. As far as Corey Seager goes, he's supposed to play catch tomorrow, start throwing to bases maybe perhaps as soon as Wednesday. Might have another MRI on that elbow, but he keeps insisting it's not serious, but he's been down for several weeks now. 2-2. Adam Rosales gets his first test at first base. 2 down.
Number 44, Rich Hill.
Here's Rich Hill, the pitcher. Hill has been off to an impressive start tonight. 7 strikeouts in his first 3 innings. The hitting this year, not so much.
He will bunt for a base hit, though. We saw him do that at Chase Field. He's a very accomplished bunter, even though he only has 1 sack bunt on the season. But when he bunts for a base hit, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Well, he's certainly been around the block, Rich Hill, 37 years old.
Kind of taking inventory, looking to Adam Rosales at first, checking on Jake Lamb at third, seeing where the corner infielders are.
Rich Hill out of Milton, Massachusetts, a 4th round pick by the Cubs back in '02.
And he played at the University of Michigan. I didn't think Michigan guys could do anything. Our producer, Brad the Big Dog Weimer, is a big Ann Arbor alum.
Chances are Rich Hill was recruited there to play football and washed out like a lot of them do.
Yeah, if only they could put together a decent football team. This is killing him right now. It's got to be. Although the Maize and Blue got a big win over the weekend. How'd Ohio do? Did Ohio play?
Oh, the Bobcats rolled.
Really?
Yeah.
Good start for the
shutout. Howard University. Take that.
Wow.
Got Purdue this coming week.
The Boilers.
Or Hampton, excuse me. I thought it was Howard. Hampton. Howard was the team that played UNLV.
And beat them.
Yeah.
With, I think Cam Newton's brother was a quarterback.
Weren't they like 35-point underdogs or some crazy thing?
Did you give Michael a hard time about UNLV losing that?
Always.
3-1 on the Dodger pitcher.
It's funny how that works at UNLV. They'll claim the basketball team, the Running Rebels. Football team, not so much. In the baseball team, it just depends on whether they're good or not.
They don't claim the football team?
Not really.
They just apologize for it.
They're not committed to the football team. Let's just put it that way.
Nice catch there by that guy with his Dodger barbecue oven mitt on one hand and the glove on the other.
Yeah, Cattell Marte could use one of those when he runs bases.
Well, it is Dodger blue.
Yeah, we got to get a different color.
But I see where you're going there. That's the big giveaway tonight, that Dodger barbecue thing. Appropriate Labor Day giveaway.
Sure.
Can stick it in the fire. Robbie Ray, 5 strikeouts. He set down all 9 he's faced. No score in LA. National League wild card race. Colorado beat the Giants 4-3 today at Coors Field on a walk-off walk. Corey Guerin walked Carlos Gonzalez, bases loaded, bottom 9. Brewers dropped a game and a half behind Colorado. Milwaukee lost in Cincinnati. Billy Hamilton, a walk-off homer, wins it 5-4 for the Reds.
Only Hamilton's 4th homer of the year. His first as a right-handed hitter. Walks off the Brewers.
T-Mobile, our unlimited baseball break. Cardinals only 3 back of a wild card spot. St. Louis won at San Diego today. A 3-hit shutout for Carlos Martinez, who struck out 10 Padres. And the Marlins 5.5 back. They are at home tonight against Washington. Christopher Negron leads off the 4th against lefty Rich Hill, who so far has struck out 7, walked 1. No base hits in the ball game yet for either side. It did not go, says David Rackley. It's 1-0. Christopher Negron, the shortstop. He has showed himself to be one of the better defensive shortstops in the Coast League this year, pitching or playing most of the season at Reno. Played a lot of shortstop there. He's a guy that can play anywhere, but the defense at shortstop apparently caught a lot of folks' attention with the Aces. So we'll get our first look at that tonight. Negron hits it hard to left. That's a base knock. First base hit of the ball game, and first hit as a Diamondback for Christopher Negron. A leadoff single here in the 4th.
Number 11,
You don't want that baseball? You might as well throw it out of the game, Rich.
Well, this is his first major league base hit since 2015 when he played with the Cincinnati Reds. He was at AAA Iowa in the Cubs system all last year. Leadoff man aboard for AJ, who grounded out his first time. Tried to drop that curveball in there, but missed. It's 1-0. AJ had the full day off yesterday in Colorado. 3 hits in that Rockies series. He doubled and tripled at Coors. See if a base runner can take Rich Hill out of his rhythm now. Joe's bunt, and it's ball 2. Rich Hill, he has constantly evolved over the course of this season, even at the age of 37. He had to leave a start here against the Diamondbacks in April with blister problems. He missed a month. And then when we saw him here in July, he was pitching from the stretch all the time and throwing a bunch of cut fastballs. That was a new pitch for him. Lazy fly ball to center. Taylor coming in. But now you'll see Hill work from kind of a modified windup, and he stopped throwing that cut fastball almost entirely. So it's something different every time you see this guy.
Most pitchers try to find some consistency with their pitches, have their go-to pitch in a 2-strike count, their get ahead in the count pitch, and usually it stays fairly consistent over the course of the season. But Rich Hill just constantly toying with his delivery and his arsenal. Of course, it all comes back to that big curveball. That's his go-to pitch in any situation.
It's a big weapon for him for sure. JD Martinez struck out his first time up. And Rich Hill, when he throws over to first base, just kind of slings its sidearm over there with that front leg kick. Negron runs pretty well. 13 stolen bases with Reno this year. JD took a big cut at that one. We loaded up that time.
Yeah, that's one of those curveballs we were talking about in his first at bat. If Rich Hill happens to leave one on that inside part of the plate and down, and he times it up, that ball's going to go a long way to left field.
Well, there is a little bit of a wind blowing out to left center. 50 pitches for Rich Hill, 30 strikes. And with a cutter right there, 1-1. JD, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs in his last 16 games. What an addition he's been. It's out of play, and it's 1-2. Chris Herman was saying this weekend, watching JD Martinez hit at Coors Field, it kind of feels like every time JD steps in there, something good is going to happen. And you're always, when you watch JD, Bob, it seems, watching and waiting for that big swing where he hits it a mile someplace. It could come at any moment, it seems. 2-2.
That old saying about a guy is in scoring position as he's standing in the batter's box. That's the case with JD Martinez and Goldie. A lot of the big sluggers in the game.
You just never know when he's going to absolutely launch one. That sidearm throw, almost threw it away. Bellinger had to come off the bag to get that one. Dave McKay coaching at first. Dave, the architect of the DJ LeMahieu shift, which was a huge success over the weekend against the Rockets. Martinez, high fly ball, deep left center, and there it goes. JD Martinez, his 31st, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Chris Herman was right. Every time he steps in there, you feel like something good is going to happen. JD, that's 8 home runs in his last 17 games.
The scary thing about this, I don't think he got all of this ball and still hit it halfway up the pavilion out there in left center field. It was a fastball down over the heart of the plate. Got through it well, got a lot of backspin on that ball. Hernandez gave up on it rather quickly. Taylor just runs over there to see which fan is going to catch that one.
Brandon Drury. That is a big time jumbo jack off the bat of JD. A free jumbo jack tomorrow. A Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Drury struck out his first time. There is a school of thought among Diamondback Nation that JD stands for just dingers.
Ooh, I like it.
So take that and run with it. In the hole, Turner in front of Culberson. 2 down. An early lead for the Diamondbacks. They had no hits through 3 innings against Rich Hill, but there they are. Negron, the leadoff single, and JD A 1-out, 2-run homer.
And that's exactly what you hope for when one of your big offensive cogs is not in the lineup. Somebody else pick up the slack. Somebody else do something. And JD Martinez took it upon himself to give the D-backs a lead with that long 2-run homer.
Jake Lamb walked his first time up. He got almost nothing to hit from Rich Hill. That fastball was in there, down and away. Dodgers have the shift on. Turner at second base. Forsythe way back of the outfield grass. Speaking of somebody else picking up the slack while Goldie's out, you'd really like to see it be Jake Lamb. Jake is hitting only 143 in his last dozen games. He's had a lot of swing and miss lately. Struck out 3 times yesterday. Punched out 6 times in 10 at-bats at Colorado.
Yeah, and some very uncertain looking swings, chasing bad pitches out of the zone, low and away.
Under that one, high in the air, shallow center. Turner's out there. Taylor comes in, and that's the inning. But JD Martinez, once again, the Diamondbacks get an early lead. His 31st. There it goes off Rich Hill, and it's 2-0 D-backs. Here's JD Martinez, 2-0 Diamondbacks, his 31st home run of the year. As we start the bottom of the 4th inning here in LA, State Farm winning combo. Most strikeouts in a season against the Dodgers all the way back to 1913. Robbie Ray is creeping up on Curt Schilling from that magic 2001 season. 44 strikeouts so far. Robbie has retired all 9 he's faced. He's got 5 strikeouts.
Big Schill got his 51 punch outs against the Dodgers in just 5 starts, 41 innings total. He struck out 51, walked 5.
Wow. Taylor struck out looking to start off the ball game. Robbie Ray, the first Diamondback pitcher to retire the first 9 batters at Dodger Stadium since Wade Miley back in May of 2013. Jumps ahead of Taylor 0-2. How about this? Robbie talked about getting ahead last time he faced these guys and how important that was. Throw strike 1, throw strike 2. 40 pitches, 32 strikes.
Wow.
Big key for him against LA last week. Get ahead, stay ahead, very aggressive, attacking the zone. He's really comfortable with Chris Herman back there. These two last week against LA were on the same page all night, mixing up fastballs, off-speed pitches, kept the Dodgers off balance. They've been a really good combination this year. Swing and a miss. Robbie Ray make it 6 strikeouts and 10 straight retired to start the ball game.
Just enough downward movement on that slider to get the swing and a miss.
Bring up Kike Hernandez. So now Robbie has become the first D-back to retire the first 10 Dodgers in this ballpark since Brian Anderson 17 years ago. The best start by a Diamondback pitcher in this ballpark in nearly 17 years. Hernandez, a strikeout victim his first time. There it is. Strike 1, strike 2. A confused look back at Alfonso Marquez.
I was just thinking that, watching Chris Taylor walk back to the dugout and Kike Hernandez walking up to the batter's box. Not the same body language, not the same swagger we saw from these Dodgers earlier this season. Of course, they're trailing 2-0 in the ball game.
Oh, Robbie Ray just blew him away. 7 strikeouts.
Number 10.
You're right, that swagger is not there.
Just overpowers him with a high 90s fastball up there around the letters. That's a tough pitch to catch up to under any circumstance, but especially in a 2-strike count.
That's 7 strikeouts. He has struck out each of the last 3 Dodgers he's faced. He has retired the first 11 to open up the ball game. And here's Justin Turner, who grounded out to end the first. Clonk. That one really got Herm back there.
It looked like it got him on the shoulder, right off the top of the right shoulder.
Ooh, collarbone. And then he got the bat on the backswing, too. If you've ever broken a collarbone, it hurts a ton, and it hit him right on his.
As you mentioned, not only did he get clipped with the foul ball, but he got caught on the side of the helmet with Justin Turner's backswing that time.
Ryan DePanfilo having a look. Chris Iannetta is, of course, here. They also have John Ryan Murphy, another catcher acquired from Minnesota at midseason, who has been with the Diamondbacks for a week or so. But it looks like Herm is going to be okay, thank goodness. I don't know how you guys do it.
It's all part of the gig.
It sure is.
Once the initial pain goes away, yeah, it's one of those things, kind of like a merit badge. See this bruise right here? Yeah, Justin Turner fouled off a pitch, got me right there. See this one on the inside of my thigh? I've had that for 3 years. I got spiked at home plate on a play. They become merit badges.
Sounds like Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw comparing bite marks and jaws. So it's 0-1 on Turner. Justin Turner is a handful for left-hand pitchers. He's hitting about .390 versus lefties this year, including 11 of his 18 home runs. And check his swing. Turner looks like he just walked off the set of a Lord of the Rings movie, didn't he? The hair and the beard, the whole thing. Chris Herman wants it elevated. Turner chased it, but just did get a piece. You were talking about guys trying to lift the ball all the time, hit it up in the air. That's a big thing with Justin Turner. Always trying to get it up. Trying to lift the pitch, keep it off the ground. He said the way he runs, a ground ball's an out. Not particularly fast. He's got a piece of that one. Cody Bellinger waiting his turn. Robbie at 50 pitches, 41 strikes. Center field. Easy fly ball for AJ. Robbie Ray, 4 perfect innings at Dodger Stadium. D-backs lead it 2-0. Innings, JD Martinez, his 31st homer. It's 2-0 D-backs as we start the 5th inning. And fans, this is big news. It's the fight for postseason. You've got another chance if you missed the big discount for the Diamondbacks Rockies series at Chase Field. That starts 1 week from tonight. The offer has been extended. We're going to keep this thing going up until 11:59 p.m. tonight. So 1 minute before midnight it ends. You can cheer on the Diamondbacks as the fight for postseason continues. 4 huge games against the Rockies starting 1 week from tonight. You can get tickets for as low as $2. A $5 bleacher seat and a $10 lower level baseline reserve seat. So you have until 11:59 tonight to get on that. We've had a tremendous response, so the Diamondbacks have extended the sale one more day over this Labor Day weekend. So we'll see you at the ballpark.
You're never going to find a deal like that again.
It is unbelievable. $2 to go and watch Diamondbacks and Rockies.
Check the cushions of your sofa right now. You could probably bring the whole family out here with the change that's dropped down in your couch.
In the little cup holder in your car?
Sure.
Won't even have to stop at the cash machine. Just drive straight to the ballpark. Hand him a bunch of quarters. Rosales in at first base for Goldie tonight. If you're just joining us, no Paul Goldschmidt tonight. He is flying back to Phoenix for an MRI on a sore right elbow. No big deal, they say. They just want to be extra careful, find out what's going on in there. And Goldie is expected back here in LA tomorrow and could play tomorrow night. But he's just had some lingering soreness in that right elbow for about a week or so now. And Goldie was saying it only really hurts in the morning when he wakes up. Once he gets going, gets his treatment, gets loosened up and ready for the ball game, it's not a problem. And he can throw, he can hit just fine, but it is a little sore when he wakes up in the morning, so they're just going to get that checked out. 3-2 on Rosales with Chris Herman on deck.
I told you my solution to that. Just don't go to sleep. If it hurts when you wake up.
It's good thinking. Rich Hill has 8 strikeouts. Second time he's got Rosales.
No surprise it comes on that big Rich Hill curveball. I'll tell you, some lefties can get more spin, and we've talked about spin rate, the advanced analytics in the game nowadays. There was a left-handed pitcher back in my playing days for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the late Rod Scurry. He was a left-handed reliever, and he threw his curveball so hard and could spin it so hard that you could actually hear the ball as it went by you in the hitting zone.
Just sort of whizzing the seams.
Yeah, you could hear the seams cutting through the air. Just a vicious 12-6 curveball.
Well, that's something that a lot of teams look at now when they're trying to, hey, should we pick up this guy, trade for that guy? And everybody throws a curveball or a slider, but they check the spin rate on it because I guess more spin, more movement, right?
Yeah, and some guys get a lot of movement on their curveball because they take velocity off of it. So it's going to drop more as it gets into the hitting zone. Other guys can throw their curveball extremely hard with a lot of spin and still get a lot of break.
Who had the best curveball you ever saw?
Boy, there's a few of them. Rod Scurry was right there at the top of the list. He was a left-hander that could buckle a right-hander's knees with his curveball.
Herman sends it high in the air to short left field for Hernandez.
I mean, there were given starts when Nolan Ryan had his curveball working. You might as well just leave the bats in the rack.
That could not have been any fun. 2 down for Robbie Ray. How about Sandy Koufax? He was pretty good with that curveball. Why do some guys throw a curveball and other guys throw a slider?
I think it's just a matter of what feels best. A curveball is a very odd delivery. You really lead with the heel of your hand. If you make a throwing motion, normally a pitcher's hand is behind the baseball. And then you impart some kind of a spin as you get out to the release point. But the curveball, you lead with the heel of your hand and your fingers on top of the baseball and really pull down to get that over the top rotation that you need. And some guys just can't do it consistently. The slider for most guys is a much easier pitch to control and a much easier pitch to throw.
Well, Rich Hill has 9 strikeouts through 5 innings, but the Diamondbacks have a 2-0 lead. Only 5.5 games out of a wild card spot. There goes Giancarlo, number 53, and he just got enough of it. Our Cox high-speed highlights. Marlins and Washington at Marlins Park in Miami. Hey fans, Giancarlo and the Marlins will be at Chase Field coming up in just about 2 weeks. So get your tickets at dbacks.com. Come on down and watch Giancarlo Stanton September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. dbacks.com for your tickets. Don't miss that show. It's coming to town later this month.
You know, you just hope that somewhere along the line Giancarlo Stanton gets tendinitis from giving so many high fives this year.
53 home runs. Speaking of home runs, here's the guy who's right behind Giancarlo. On the National League list, it's Cody Bellinger. He's second. Giancarlo has 53. Bellinger second with 36. A little bit of a gap there. He's flying out to right his first time up. Robbie Ray has retired the first 12 Dodgers he's faced. This is headed toward the left field corner and out of play. The most consecutive batters Robbie has ever retired in a game is 14. He retired the first 14 Dodgers at Chase Field in September of last year.
And a big part of that is his breaking ball tonight. Coming into this inning, through 4 innings, he had thrown 23 breaking balls, 19 of them for strikes.
Diamondbacks have the shift on against Bellinger once again. Fouls off the other way. It's 1-2.
7 out of 10 curveballs in the strike zone. 12 out of his 13 sliders were strikes.
Roan, the shortstop, on the first base side, is second. Brandon Drury back a few steps on the grass in right field. Gonzalez right on the line at first. Missed with a hard fastball, and it's 2-2. Bellinger has homered in each of his last 2 games, Saturday and Sunday in San Diego. Austin Barnes, the catcher, on deck. Struck him out. Robbie Ray, 8 strikeouts. He has set down the first 13 Dodgers.
Just commanding that slider like he's got a remote control on it tonight.
It's unbelievable. His success against this team. We've talked about this a little bit. I'm sure we'll talk about it more over the course of the year. If you can get the right to host the wild card game at Chase Field, and right now the lead is 6, and you win that game, say with Zach Greinke at home, where he's been unbelievable all year long. I couldn't think of a better game 1 starter here in LA for that division series against the Dodgers than Robbie Ray. The way he's pitched against this team and on the road. So the Diamondbacks have an excellent combination there to start off the postseason if they can get that far. 0-2. When we go through Robbie's history against the Dodgers, it's just one dominating performance after another. A dozen career starts versus LA. 5-3 with a 2.97 ERA.
Now, one thing, I don't know if I've ever seen it before, but during the course of this 10-game winning streak, the starting pitcher got the decision every time. Twice through the rotation, every starter won.
Is that because of the early leads?
I'm sure that's what it is. Mostly 8 out of the 10 games the Diamondbacks had early leads in the ball game, and that allowed the starter to just kind of settle in and cruise through the middle innings of the ball game, which they were all able to do successfully.
His 8th 0-2 count through the first 15 batters. That was the formula for success last week, and he rings up another one. 9 strikeouts for Robbie Ray. 14 up and 14 down.
Boy, and as a hitter, when a guy's commanding his breaking ball the way Robbie is tonight, you get locked up on fastballs. You get so concerned with that slow curve and the hard slider that when he rears back and throws 196 right down the middle, you just can't pull the trigger.
Puig struck out to end the second. As of right now, in 42 career innings in this ballpark, Robbie Ray has 61 strikeouts.
Now, this has always been considered to be a good pitcher's park. Now, the ball the last couple of years has been carrying better here at Dodger Stadium than it ever did before, but usually at night the ball doesn't carry. Most teams feel the mound is a little bit higher here at Dodger Stadium, even though they come and measure on a regular basis. It just feels like that pitcher is towering over you out there on that mound. Great place to pitch.
JD Martinez got him the lead. A 2-run homer in the fourth, his 31st of the year. 2-1 on Yasiel Puig. Can't check his swing. Robbie Ray's career high, retiring the first 14 batters in a ball game, came here against LA last September. If he gets Puig, it'll be 15 up, 15 down. Called strike 3. Robbie Ray strikes out the side in the 5th. He's punched out 10. Perfect through 5.
Paul Goldschmidt and the fact he's going back to Phoenix for an MRI, hopefully just precautionary with the elbow. Torey Lovello also delivering some injury news today that was not good for Nick Ahmed. He was just about to come back from the fractured hand, had a rehab start, got hit again. Initially did not need surgery, but Torey told us today he does need surgery to add some stability to that fractured ulna. That's the long bone in the forearm. So terrible news as Nick Ahmed was holding out some hope he could come back this season, but it doesn't look probable right now, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Jody. D-backs still down 2 shortstops with Nick and CO out, both on the DL. David Peralta has struck out twice against Rich Hill, and he leads off the 6th. Rich Hill is pitching a pretty fair ball game himself. He's walked 1. He has struck out 9, and he's given up only 2 hits. A Christopher Negron single to lead off the 4th, and a JD Martinez 2-run homer. There was some good news on Randall Delgado. They've really missed Randall back there in that bullpen. He will pitch with Missoula on Wednesday. He did the whole thing coming back from that elbow problem. He threw a long toss, then threw off a mound, and then had a sim game, and now he's back in the minors in a rehab appearance. So Randall is very close to coming back, which is great news for that bullpen. David down 0-2.
Yeah, in the month of September, you're able to cover the loss of a long man a little bit easier just with bodies. You've got more arms available out of that bullpen. But yeah, Randall was desperately missed.
Culberson over from shortstop. Bouncing ball up the middle, retires Peralta. 6 in a row, set down by Rich Hill. Randall was a critically important piece the first half of the season.
Oh, you just think about the time he stepped into the rotation. They needed somebody to step into that rotation and eat up some innings, and Randall did a real nice job of that. His assigned duty as the long right-hander out of the bullpen. Fortunately, it didn't happen a lot in the first half of the season, but when he was needed, he was able to go in there and give Torey 2 or 3 or 4 innings.
So he will pitch for Missoula Wednesday, and they'll see where they go from there. That's out of play. Christopher Negron, a single his last time up, his first base hit in the big league since 2015. All of last year with the Cubs AAA team in Iowa. All of this year with AAA Reno in the Diamondback system, where he was a 300 hitter. D-backs 8-8 against the Dodgers this year as we play the final 3 games of the season series here. Just 2-5 in LA this year. Fastball missed. It's 1-2. Rockies have won today, so right now the wild card lead is 6 games over Colorado. Bounce to third for Turner. Two down, bases empty for AJ, who's 0 for 2. AJ's bat really coming around as of late. He's hit safely in 5 straight games. 7 of his last 8. Coming off a day off yesterday at Coors Field. AJ does have 3 home runs at Dodger Stadium, but he's never hit all that much in this ballpark. 32 games here. He's a career .237 hitter at Dodger Stadium. Fastball's in there. There's that Rich Hill leg kick on the follow through. His fastball is about the equivalent of a Zach Greinke changeup. JD Martinez has the game's big hit.
Caged animal.
Sidearm delivery that time. High hop for Culberson, the shortstop. And Rich Hill has retired 8 straight since the Martinez homer. But the D-backs hold a 2-0 lead. Perfect inning so far at Dodger Stadium. 15 up, 15 down. He's got 10 strikeouts.
I don't know what else you can say. He is just on top of his game tonight. Everything is crisp and right where he wants to throw it, just mowing down the Dodgers so far.
Elias reports that Robbie Ray is the first pitcher in baseball history with 4 games in a season against the Dodgers with at least 10 strikeouts. Logan Forsythe, who flied out his first time up, leads off the 6th inning. Forsythe 1 for his last 21 at the plate. First Diamondback to toss a perfect game through 5 since Trevor Cahill in September of 2012 at San Francisco. Last Diamondback lefty to be perfect through 5. Doug Davis back in July of 2008 at San Diego. 1-2. Robbie Ray this season has pitched 29 innings against the Dodgers. He's got 49 strikeouts. Charlie Culberson, the shortstop, on deck, pitcher spot behind him. Base hit. A little dunk single in the center for Forsythe. First Dodger base runner tonight.
Well, it needs to be pointed out that Robbie Ray, for the first time in this ball game, will be pitching from the stretch. And occasionally, when you get this deep into the ball game, working out of your very comfortable windup, that can be a little bit of an issue.
Culberson just brought up from the minor leagues today. Grounded out his first time. He's been with AAA Oklahoma City all year. Hit .250 there with 4 homers. Fastball's a strike and it's 0-1. No Corey Seager for this series, Dave Roberts says. Seager has a sore right elbow of his own and will not play in the field until next weekend at the earliest. He is available to pinch hit. Dave Roberts' team, the tide has suddenly turned. They've lost 3 in a row and 8 of their last 9. 0-2 on Charlie Culberson. Got him. 11 strikeouts for Robbie Ray. 1 down in the 6th. Rich Hill's night will end here. Rob Segedin will pinch hit.
Pinch hitting for the Dodgers, number 25.
Segedin just called backup with the Dodgers last Friday. 2 for 12 in 5 games this year. Hitting for the pitcher, Rich Hill.
Well, this is just what we were talking about the other day in the National League as opposed to the American League. Rich Hill hasn't thrown poorly in this ball game, but you're trailing by 2 runs. You're into the 6th inning. You've got to pull the plug on your starting pitcher and try to score.
Figuring the way Robbie's going, you're not going to get many opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, in the American League with the designated hitter, as long as your pitcher's effective, you just keep sending him back out there, and there's no reason not to send Rich Hill back out there other than the fact that Dodgers have to find a way to score against Robbie Ray.
Yeah, Rich Hill, 6 innings. He gave up only 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 1, had 9 strikeouts. He's retired the last 8 he's faced, but Seguin hits for the pitcher here. Seguin has had something of a lost season, a lot of injuries. He was out with a toe problem, then right wrist surgery. So it's been a bit of a washout this year for him. Two balls and 1 strike. Rich Hill now a spectator. Good hard fastball from Robbie, and it's 2-2. He's had 11 strikeouts right now. Robbie's career high is 13 strikeouts. He's done that twice, including earlier this year in this ballpark. July 6th, he punched out 13. Struck out 13 Padres August of last year at Petco Park. Called strike 3. That's number 12.
Well, we've talked a lot about Robbie Ray's breaking stuff today, but that sneaky 2-strike fastball has frozen a lot of Dodger hitters. 96. Just above the knees, right in the middle of the plate. Seguin, and a good fastball hitter, couldn't even pull the trigger.
Chris Taylor, who's been a problem for the Diamondbacks all year long, has struck out twice so far tonight. 305 and 19 homers. He homered yesterday at Petco Park in San Diego. A 7-game hitting streak coming into tonight. Forsythe at first, 2 outs. Taylor has been a .400 hitter against the D-backs this year. 3 homers and 7 RBIs in 11 games.
Figures break up a perfect game. It's the guy that doesn't try to drive the ball. Logan Forsythe just kind of bumps it into play. Doesn't really try to drive it into the gaps or out of the ballpark. Just get it through that infield somehow. And that time the little floater landed safely in center field.
It's kind of the way he's hit all year. Only 18 extra base hits this season for Forsythe. Really disappointing offensive year for him. 1-1 on Taylor. Robbie Ray, 2 starts since he missed a month after the concussion from the comebacker in St. Louis at the end of July. Won both starts so far, beating the Mets and these Dodgers. 1-1 on Chris Taylor. Out of play. Talked about how successful he was throwing strike 1 and strike 2 against these guys last week. Get ahead and stay ahead. And he's done it again tonight, really attacking that strike zone. 1-2 on Taylor. Turner Ward looking for some answers for his Dodger hitters against Robbie Ray. Chase Utley right there.
I heard on a local sportscast last night they've taken to calling Chase Utley the Silver Fox here in L.A.
Well, getting up there a little bit, aren't we all? 1-2. Come on, Alfonso Marquez. Didn't like that fastball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robbie has been just about the best road pitcher in the major leagues. Only 1 loss and 11 road starts all year. His road ERA is under 1.5. 2-2 on Chris Taylor. Struck him out. Robbie Ray, through 6 innings in LA, has matched his career high with 13 strikeouts. As we start the 7th in LA, Fox Sports Supports proud to team up with Snowball Express and its commitment to providing hope and new happy memories to the children of our fallen heroes while on active duty since 9/11. By bringing children together from all over the world, Snowball Express provides an annual life-changing event to make each child feel special as we remember the lives of their parents. We remember. Visit foxsportsupports.com and learn how you can help. New pitcher for LA. Big power right-hander Pedro Baez, his 57th appearance. He's had a very good year, a 1.94 ERA.
Now, before Baez gets started here in the top of the 7th, how about this, partner? 170 total pitches thrown in the ball game tonight by Rich Hill and Robbie Ray. Only 27 out of the stretch.
Wow.
13 for Hill and 14 for Robbie.
Well, the Diamondbacks had 2 base runners, 3 if you count JD Martinez, who homered. The Dodgers have had only 1. Logan Forsythe, the single to lead off the 6th. And here is JD to start the 7th. Christopher Negron, a single to lead off the 4th against Rich Hill. The first D-backs hit 2 batters later. Martinez hit his 31st. And his 15th as a Diamondback. So JD is now, here's one. He's scored a run in 8 consecutive games.
Really?
That tells you how things have been going for the Diamondbacks when the guy who hits in the middle of the order keeps coming around and scoring every night. That's how you get to 10 straight wins. Baez is tough. That 1.94 ERA is 7th best in the National League among relief pitchers. Fastball missed, and JD's ahead 3-1. Brandon Drury on deck. Baez is also maybe the slowest reliever in baseball. So we were zipping along at a nice pace there. We might bog things down a bit. Martinez hits it high in the air, deep right field, and that one is gone. JD, it stands for just dingers. That's number 32, and it's 3-0 Diamondbacks. His 2nd home run tonight. And that's 16 as a D-back.
Gee, who's going to pick up the slack for Goldie being out of the lineup?
Any suggestions?
How about JD Martinez? Tape measure blast to left, and then this pitch on the outside corner. Not a bad pitch from Baez, but JD has tremendous plate coverage, gets the barrel on it and hits it way out of here to right center.
And the guy in the Gilligan hat caught it. Another jumbo jack off the bat of JD. Here's Brandon Drury 0 for 2. Free jumbo jack, a jack in the box tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink. 3-0 Diamondbacks. Going for their 11th straight win.
Third multi-homer game for JD Martinez since coming to the Diamondbacks.
Let's see, this is his 40th game with the Diamondbacks, JD. He's got 16 home runs and 37 RBIs in those 40 games. 1-2 on Brandon. Well, we talked yesterday about the 3 true outcomes and how that's kind of taken over baseball. The outcome of an at-bat that's affected by nothing else, either a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. This has been very much a 3 true outcomes ball game. Drury bidding for one. This is hit deep right center field, and that ball is gone. Brandon Drury. That's a dozen for Drew. They go back to back, and it's 4-zip D-backs. His second consecutive game with a home run. Brandon Drury.
Well, we were talking about it earlier. There was a time just a couple of 3 years ago that this ball would not have left the ballpark at Dodger Stadium at night. Fastball up and out over the plate, and Drury stays right on it, drives it to right center. That ball carried a long way.
He just tomahawked that thing out of here. Fastball was way up, and there it goes. 3 home runs for the Diamondbacks. Here's Jake Lamb, who was walked and flied out. Shift is on for LA. So make it a 4-0 Diamondback lead, and another jumbo jack from Jack in the Box tomorrow.
And after that home run landed over the fence in right center field, the Boo Birds were out here at Dodger Stadium.
They're spoiled is all. This is the way it's been going for LA. And NL West lead is down to 13.5. They've lost 3 straight, 8 of their last 9. Back home after losing 6 of 7 on that road trip against the Diamondbacks and the Padres. 1-2.
Yeah, the one game they won in San Diego was the start by Clayton Kershaw.
Go figure. As he came off the DL. We will not see Kershaw in this series. Kershaw pitched Friday. Dodgers will have Hyunjin Ryu tomorrow night. Kenta Maeda on Wednesday. Lamb gets that in the air. Get down ball. Culberson's out there, and it dunks into left center. 3 straight hits open up the Diamondbacks' 7th against Pedro Baez.
Hey fans, the D-backs are in a fight for postseason. Register now for your opportunity to buy D-backs postseason tickets online at dbacks.com/postseason.
Adam Rosales. Bullpen, and there's plenty of them back there. Starts to get loose for the Diamondbacks. Paredes, the left-hander, saw him at Chase Field last week. Boy, there you go. You got to love September baseball. The notes on the Dodgers bullpen is 2 pages long. They got 1 million guys back there. Dave Roberts, lots of options from which to choose. But no answers tonight, at least not against Robbie Ray. Everybody in the Diamondback bullpen just chilling. Not much for them to do. Robbie Ray, 6 scoreless innings. He's already matched a career high with 13 strikeouts. He was perfect through 5. Logan Forsythe single to lead off the 6th. The only Dodger base runner tonight. Rosales bangs one into center. Lamb will stop at second. Listen to those Boo Birds.
The lefty Herman coming up. Paredes warming up. Dave Roberts has seen enough. Diamondbacks going for 11 straight. Lead it 4-0.
Nobody out here in the 7th inning. Hey fans, anytime the D-backs score 5 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations.
A wild night here in LA. 2 home runs for JD Martinez. Back-to-back homers in this inning against Pedro Baez. Chase the right-hander, and with Chris Herman coming up, Dave Roberts goes to his lefty. Edward Paredes, his 8th appearance of the year. He has pitched scoreless baseball in his last 6 1/3 innings. And how about this? The inning started off Martinez, Drury back-to-back homers. Lamb singled, Rosales singled. So as Herman comes up, this is the first plate appearance in the ball game for either team with runners in scoring position.
About that. Well, it speaks to how good the starting pitching was in this ball game.
So here's the Herminator, 0 for 2 so far. He's got Lamb at second, Rosales at first. Still no outs and 2 runs already in. Pedro Baez faced 4 batters, gave up 2 homers and 2 hard singles. Well, maybe 1.5 hard singles. Jake dunked his into left center, but they all count the same. Chris, about a 150 hitter against lefties this year. Does have a couple of homers against left-handers. That one missed. It's 1-0. Chris walked twice in his start behind the plate in Saturday's win over the Rockies. Lamb at second, Rosales at first. Nobody out. D-backs looking for their 11th straight win. The franchise record is 12 consecutive wins set under the Brenly regime back in June of '03. Herman hits one into right field. That one gets down. They're going to stop Lamb at third. And with no outs, the bases are full of Diamondbacks. That's 5 consecutive base hits.
Pitcher Robbie Ray.
Boy, nice job by Chris Herman. He just missed a breaking ball on the pitch before. Gets another one hanging there in the middle of the plate, and this time he bangs it into right field to load him up for Robbie Ray.
The Herminator with a single against the lefty. Tony Perez-Chica, no reason to send Jake Lamb home there with a big inning in the works. Infield comes in. Here's the pitcher, Robbie Ray. Bases full, nobody out.
This harkens back to a piece of advice I got from teammate Reggie Smith back in the day. They made a pitching change. The base was loaded, nobody out. I was the next scheduled hitter, and Reggie was up after me. And he called me back to the on-deck circle and said, "Hey, kid." And I'm thinking, oh, boy, I'm going to get some advice from a veteran here. If you feel like you're going to hit into a double play, strike out. And he turned around and walked away.
Sage advice. Boy, Reggie Smith was a great hitter.
Oh, boy. He could rake from both sides.
Played, hit a few home runs here in his day, back in those great Dodger teams of the mid to late 70s. 1-1 on the pitcher, Robbie Ray. Bases full, no outs. Infield in on the edge of the grass. Well, a strikeout here, that wouldn't be the worst thing ever. You'd have bases loaded, 1 out for the top of the order. Peralta on deck. Robbie struck out in his first 2 at-bats against lefty Rich Hill. Hill went 6 innings, struck out 9. It's off the glove of Bellinger at first and rolls into right. Lamb is home, Rosales right behind, and it's 6-0 D-backs. Clank off the glove of Cody Bellinger, and it rolled away from Forsythe at second. That's Tacos and a 6-0 lead.
Always happy Tacos when you drop a 5 spot on the Dodgers before they get on the board. Infield playing in, no range down there for Bellinger, just has to dive to his right. Ball clanked off his glove, rolled out into shallow right field, allowing 2 runs to score, and Diamondbacks now situated at the corners.
A single and 2 RBIs for Robbie Ray. They rule it a base hit. He's knocked in 2 runs. First and third, no outs. It's turned into a 4-run D-back 7th. Here's David Peralta 0 for 3. Chris Herman at third, Robbie Ray at first.
Oh, you talk about Pedro Baez being one of the best relief pitchers in the game at 1.94 ERA will get blown up tonight.
Kiss that goodbye.
No innings pitched, gave up 4 earned runs.
How are we looking? Still no outs in the inning. 4 runs in. Big innings are fun. Big innings at Dodger Stadium are a lot of fun.
Ecstatic. They make you ecstatic. Well, don't stop now, boys. I mean, we could use some of that Coors Field advice here. Just keep adding on. These Dodgers have been known to come back.
Popped it up. Foul ground for Turner. And that is the first out in the 7th. Peralta 0 for 4. Eighth man to bat, the shortstop tonight, Christopher Negron. Singled and scored in the 4th, came in on JD Martinez's first home run tonight. JD has hit 2. In fact, it was Martinez's second home run tonight that led off this inning. Bounced over the mound. Forsythe steps on the bag. And they turn 2. But the Diamondbacks score 4. Martinez and Drury go back to back. Robbie Ray knocks home 2. It's 6-0 Diamondbacks. Umpire Alfonso Marquez has got the lineup card in his hand, and he's been out there the entire break here in between innings. Not sure exactly what the issue is, but he's getting some kind of clarification here, and it's taken a while. In the meantime, let's take a look at what's next. It's brought to you by CenturyLink. Game 2 of this 3-game series, our final visit here to LA. And it's the former Dodgers, Zach Greinke, on the mound against lefty Hyunjin Ryu. Diamondbacks live pregame show on Fox Sports Arizona. Comes your way at 6:30. First pitch at 7:10. Now they brought the crew chief Larry Vanover over from third. And Torrey continues the lineup card discussion.
Yeah, I wonder if it's some confusion over who was eligible for the Dodgers over there. Rob Seguin was not on the initial lineup card as an extra player, although he's already pinch hit in this ballgame. Now, technically, a manager does not have to list the extra players on the lineup card that you exchange at home plate. You just have to list your starting 9. That could be the reason for the confusion here. Seguin possibly not even on the Diamondbacks roster that they have over in the first base dugout, and Torrey just wants to make sure that that Seguin was indeed a legal player.
Seguin pinch hit for Rich Hill in the bottom of the 6th and struck out. Robbie struck out the side in the 5th, struck out 3 in the 6th. He has already matched his career high with 13 strikeouts. 6 scoreless innings. He's given up only 1 hit. A Logan Forsythe single. And Kike Hernandez, who has already struck out twice, leads off the LA 7th.
Coming into this inning, Robbie Ray had struck out 13 Dodger batters. He'd thrown 18 pitches out of the strike zone.
He's at 84 right now.
He's had 1 3-ball count, and that was to Rich Hill, the pitcher.
How about the Diamondbacks in the top half of this inning? Martinez homer, Drury homer, singles by Lamb, Rosales, Herman, and a 2-run single by Robbie Ray. 6 straight hits to start the 7th inning. Only the 5th time that's ever happened in D-backs history. High in the air, right field, Martinez calling off. The last time the Diamondbacks had 6 straight hits to start an inning. He was here at Dodger Stadium back in May of 2012.
Is that what you would call linking at bats?
Handing it off to the next guy. Playing downhill baseball.
Yes, indeed.
Winning moments. You've done it all here tonight. Turner 0 for 2. Second in the National League in hitting. He has grounded out, flied out. Rockies have already won today. They beat the Giants 4-3 at Coors Field. So the Diamondbacks' wild card lead over Colorado right now sits at 6 games. Corey Guerin walked Carlos Gonzalez with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th, and the Rockies beat the Giants on a walk-off walk. Brewers dropped a game and a half behind Colorado. Billy Hamilton hit a walk-off homer for the Reds in Cincinnati. They beat Milwaukee 5-4. Cardinals are 3 games back. Carlos Martinez shut out the Padres today in San Diego. Fastball's a strike, and it's 1-2. Next strikeout for Robbie Ray in this moon over Los Angeles will be his 14th, a new career high. Base hit for Turner. And a 1-out single in the 7th, only the 2nd hit for the Dodgers against Robbie Ray.
Hey fans, Coyotes night is this Friday, September 8th at Chase Field. Get the special event ticket package that includes a lower level baseline reserve ticket and a D-backs Coyotes baseball for just $25. This special event ticket pack is available online now at dbacks.com/coyotes.
Okay, BB, 90 pitches here for Robbie. Bellinger is flat out struck out. You've got a 6-0 lead. What are you thinking? Do you extend him?
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now there's no reason not to.
The only reason might be the pitch count, but still very much under control. Swing and a miss.
And this is one of those games for me where maybe the pitch count gets a little over exaggerated. Robbie hasn't really pitched in any stress at all here tonight.
Good call.
Yeah, most pitchers will tell you that 5 innings and 75 pitches with runners on base every inning is a lot harder than throwing 9 innings of shutout baseball.
And he's still gassing it up, throwing fastballs by some good hitters here. 0-2 on Bellinger. Not been in any kind of high leverage situation whatsoever. He set down the first 15 batters he faced today. 0-2 on Cody Bellinger. Spiked a breaking ball that time. George Lombard coaching at first for LA. Bellinger has homered in each of his last 2 games. Yesterday broke Mike Piazza's Dodgers rookie record for home runs. 36. Barnes, the catcher, on deck. Really almost overthrew that breaking ball. Fell off the mound there, and it's 2-2.
It's really the first pitch I think that Robbie has tried to overthrow in this game. Tried to put a little extra snapdragon on that slider low and away from Bellinger. It just got away from him and ran up and in.
Guys in the bullpen are literally yawning for the Diamondbacks. 2-2 to Bellinger. Got him! Robbie Ray. That's a new career high. 14 strikeouts.
Pitcher number 15.
And they're on their feet.
A whole gang of Maytag repairmen down there in that bullpen tonight. Just rushes a high fastball by Cody Bellinger.
14 strikeouts. 6 2/3 scoreless. He's given up only 2 hits. He's already punched out Austin Barnes twice tonight. for the last time Robbie Ray pitched in this ballpark. Earlier this year, July 6th, he struck out 13. And tonight on Labor Day, he's punched out 14 Dodgers. Fly ball. Left field, playable for Peralta. He's waving off Pollock. Robbie Ray, 7 scoreless innings. He's given up only 2 hits. He's got 14 strikeouts. And Alfonso Marquez, the plate umpire, on the headsets with New York, apparently getting some feedback. And while we wait to find out what's going on, let's remind you fans, you can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Day, presented by Bud Light, Saturday, September 9th. First 20,000 fans with us for the D-backs game against the Padres, a 5:10 start. Get the Sugar Skull bobblehead, courtesy of Pepsi. Get your tickets now at dbacks.com. Well, whatever issue Torrey raised, he must have had a good point, because they had to talk to New York about it. We'll have to wait till after the game, try and find out.
Yeah, they called in the crew chief, Larry Vanover, to try to settle the issue, and apparently that wasn't enough, so they got the headsets on between innings there, communicating with New York to try to get Torrey an answer for whatever his question might happen to be.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, the right-hander Josh Fields, reinstated from the 10-day disabled list before the game tonight. He's been out with a lower back strain. This will be his 48th appearance. He's had a good year, 2.68 ERA.
Now, ideally for Torrey Lovullo in this inning, the Diamondbacks get down to the pitcher spot. Robbie's due up 7th this inning, and if you get down to that pitcher spot, chances are you put a couple more runs on the board, and at that point I'm sure Torrey would pull the plug on Robbie and turn it over to the bullpen with a seemingly comfortable lead.
He's pitched 7 scoreless innings with a new career high 14 strikeouts and given up only 2 hits, both singles.
And he's mixed them up well. 8 of the 14 strikeouts came on fastballs, 5 on sliders, and 1 on a curveball.
A.J. Pollock leads off the Arizona 8th. He's 0 for 3. A.J. with a 5-game hit streak on the line. D-backs a chance to extend their winning streak to 11 games, which would be 1 shy of the franchise record. Diamondbacks won 12 in a row back in June of 03 under the Brentley regime. Two balls and 1 strike on A.J. Pollock. Dave Roberts has been looking for answers a lot lately. They just came back from going 1-6 on a 7-game road trip. And the NL West lead probably still insurmountable, but it's interesting, getting awfully interesting right now. Only 13.5 games. This is game number 138 for the Diamondbacks. If they won it, they'd be only 12.5 back in the NL West. 6.5 up in the wild card. The worm may have turned in the NL West. The D-backs favored. Swing and a miss at that Fields fastball, and it's 3-2. JD Martinez, who was homered in both of his last 2 at bats, as usual, just pacing like a caged lion. His on deck routine is interesting compared to Goldie's. Goldie, of course, stands with his foot back against whatever railing he can find. JD just paces, anxious to get up there. He's still doing it.
He's just waiting for his handler to throw him a T-bone steak.
Well, they've thrown him 2 tonight.
Yes, indeed.
A 2-run home run in the 4th off Rich Hill, a solo shot to lead off the 7th against Pedro Baez. Full count on Pollock, 3-2. Culberson, long throw from shortstop, and they retire AJ to start the game. Well, here he comes, JD. His 31st homer in the 4th, number 32 in the 7th. Now with 16 home runs in 40 games as a Diamondback. One was launched halfway up the seats in left center. The other one went deep to right. Let's start in the 4th inning. Scoreless game. Negron on first. There goes a 2-run homer, and it's 2-0. And then against Baez to start the 7th, he goes the other way. So counting tonight, that's 9 homers in 17 games for JD Martinez. Fly ball, right field. There it goes. JD Martinez. That's his 3rd home run in 3 at-bats. And it's 7-0 D-backs.
Tell me one more time, who's going to pick up the slack with Goldie out of the lineup?
That will be JD, which tonight stands for just dingers.
Man, did he club that ball.
Out to right center.
Wow. Man, stay hot.
Oh boy.
Right
Right.
center cut fastball for JD. Barrels it up to center field. Chris Taylor gave it a cursory run over to the warning track, but that ball was way out of here.
2nd career 3-homer game for JD. Here's Brandon Drury. He and JD went back-to-back with home runs in the 7th. Brandon's 12th of the year. Usually those slice when he hits it like that out toward right field. That just kept going.
I'll tell you, it's just amazing to me how big and strong and the uppercut swing that these guys take nowadays. You're seeing home runs fly up above the aisleway out there in the pavilions. We saw Ketel Marte nearly hit one out of Dodger Stadium last time we were here. Back in my playing days, every home run landed between the fence and the bleachers.
There's a little tapper to first for Bellinger. Oh, as we said earlier, it's a very humid, muggy night in Los Angeles, and there's very little wind to speak of at all here.
Baseman number 22, Jake Lamb.
There's Jake Lamb.
Yeah, people that were sitting in the bleachers and wanted to catch a home run ball, they had to run down the aisle to get in the front row and reach over toward the fence to make a catch on a home run ball. Tonight they've got to hit the aisle and run back.
Jake Singleton scored his last time up. He walked back in the 2nd. We were talking in Colorado about that streak the Diamondbacks had of leading in consecutive innings. They got up to 52. Well, the Dodgers, they're going the other way. In their last 88 innings, the Dodgers have trailed in 64 of those innings. And they're down 7-0 tonight. Little bloop headed for shallow center, and that drops in for Jake Lamb. He's aboard for the 3rd time tonight.
A little sheepish grin from Jake Lamb right there. Until he starts barreling him up and driving the ball again, you'll definitely take those. Dodgers playing deep in the outfield against Jake, respecting his power, and Chris Taylor just couldn't catch up to that one.
Rosales Singleton scored his last time up, hit the ball hard into center off Pedro Baez. D-backs now with 7 runs on 10 hits. Dodgers no runs on 2 hits. Well, at least JD is giving those guys in the bullpen something to do. They can just watch the home runs. Robbie Ray has been brilliant here tonight. Been a quiet night out there. Rosales shoots one toward the right field corner. And that ball is gone. Adam Rosales, his trademark sprint around the bases. That's the 5th Diamondback home run tonight, and they lead it 9-0. He just sort of sliced it around that foul pole.
That's the Dodgers version of the pesky pole down there in the right field corner, that low fence. Ball slicing all the way off the bat of Adam Rosales down that right field line. It was just a question of fair or foul, and it just does sneak inside the pole about 2 rows back.
Well, as you said earlier, don't stop now.
Don't stop now.
That's the 7th for Rosie. 9-0. Here's Herman, who singled his last time.
And we showed you the shot of the bullpen. Nobody's warming up. Robbie Ray's in the on-deck circle, so even my theory about getting down to the pitcher spot here in the 8th inning and pulling the plug, that looks like it's going by the wayside.
Well, they can't warm up. They're all sleeping back there. Boy, I tell you what, we heard it in Colorado, and we can hear it right now. Crickets. This place is silent. Two and one on the Herminator. D-backs with a win here will improve to 9-8 against the Dodgers this year. And you want to talk about a team, we've mentioned this before, that will give this Dodger ball club a hard time in a short postseason series. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks. Irvin strikes out, and that's the end of the top of the 8th inning. 2 more D-back homers. Martinez his 3rd, Rosales his 1st tonight. 9-0. Robbie Ray has worked 7 scoreless innings, given up only 2 hits. JD Martinez has more home runs tonight than the Dodgers have hits. He is the first visitor with 3 homers in this ballpark since '02.
Mike Lieberthal. There's a pull. Wow.
So Robbie Ray, let's focus on the pitching side of this Diamondback blowout so far. There's no other word for it. Puig will lead it off. Robbie back out there to start the 8th. He has 1 career complete game and 1 career shutout. They were the same game. That was earlier this year, May 30th at Pittsburgh. 9 innings of 4-hit ball against the Pirates. He had 10 strikeouts without a walk. He has struck out a career high 14 so far tonight, including Puig, both his times up there. As impressive as the Diamondbacks' offensive performance has been, led by JD Martinez, Robbie Ray has been perhaps even more impressive tonight. Fly ball along the right field line, long run. JD tracks it down, 1 out.
You know, I said this about JD Martinez shortly after he was traded to the Diamondbacks. I had always heard he was a subpar defender in right field. I don't think that's the case. I think he's just a little slow-footed. He just doesn't run fast, but he takes good lines to the ball. For me, he's gotten to everything he should. He did lose a ball in the lights yesterday or 2 days ago at Coors Field, a little humpback line drive, but other than that, he's handled everything that's come his way.
Logan Forsythe broke up the perfect game to lead off the 6th inning with a single, one of only 2 Dodger hits tonight. Now, if you're thinking Robbie Ray shutout, as we mentioned, he's got only 1 in his career earlier this year, May 30th. His high pitch count for the season came against the Rockies at Chase Field back on June 30th. He threw 122 pitches in that game. Is at 100 right now. 77 for strikes. And Forsythe has his second hit tonight. He'll stop at first, a one-out single. J.J. Hoover will start to get loose in the Diamondback bullpen.
And once again, it's Logan Forsythe with that just make contact and bump it into play approach that gets the base hit against Robbie Ray, his second of the ball game. I heard Pedro Martinez earlier this year talking about facing opposing hitters, and he never minded facing the big swingers because he felt like he had weapons to go after them, make them swing and miss. Those guys that just try to punch the ball into play, you really can't fool them with a lot of stuff. And I think Logan Forsythe falls into that category. He's just a contact hitter, tries to put the ball in play.
Yeah, the funny thing is he has not hit, especially in the second half of the year. He came into the game hitting under 200 since the All-Star break. But he's 2 for 3 tonight against Robbie. 0-1 on the shortstop, Culberson. Justin Turner, who we just saw, has the other LA hit tonight. Pitcher spot up next. Okoye Dixon, just called up for the minors, is in the on-deck circle. Bullpen's been busy all night for the Dodgers. Wilmer Font, the right-hander. 1-2 on Charlie Culberson. That's going to reach the seats and out of play. There's Dixon. Spent the last 3 years at AAA Oklahoma City. Just called up the other day. Robbie Ray, with this win tonight, if they can close it out, will improve to 3-0 in 5 starts against the Dodgers this year. In his last 15 starts overall, he will improve to 10-2. Two and 2 on Charlie Culberson. Tapped in the hole. Negron gets over there. They get 1. Forsythe forced at second, 2 down. So here is Okoye Dixon.
Number 67, Okoye Dixon.
Dixon 0 for 4 to start his major league career. Torey Lovullo is going to make the move right here. He just pointed to the bullpen. Robbie Ray has been sensational tonight. 7 2/3 scoreless, a career high 14 strikeouts, only 3 hits allowed, all singles. Robbie Ray, simply sensational. We take a break from Los Angeles. Diamondbacks lead the Dodgers 9-0. A start tonight by Robbie Ray. He keeps getting better and better against these Dodgers. Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning and plumbing cool plays of the game. Robbie tonight 7 2/3 scoreless, gave up only 3 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out a career high 14.
Didn't walk a batter, just hammered away at that strike zone. Quality pitcher strikes all night long.
19 of 26 first pitch strikes. He threw 82 strikes and only 25 balls.
That's how you get it done. Nice going, Robbie Ray.
J.J. Hoover, the new pitcher. Okoye Dixon, the pinch hitter for the Dodgers. 0 for 4 to start his major league career. His first big league look at the age of 27.
Robbie also had 24, count them, 24 swings and misses in this game. 14 of those came on that nasty slider.
Ash line call to the bullpen. The numbers on JJ. Dixon played this year at AAA Oklahoma City. He's played there the last 3 seasons. Hit only .246 in the Coast League this year. Did have 24 homers. Robbie Ray pitched here at Dodger Stadium July 6th. Gave up 1 run, 6 innings, had 13 strikeouts. Tonight on Labor Day, 7 2/3 scoreless, had 14 strikeouts. He has become the Dodger killer. And he will move to 3-0 in 5 starts versus Los Angeles this year.
He had a start here at Dodger Stadium earlier this year. He came away with a no decision back on April 17th. Went 6 innings, gave up only 3 hits and 1 earned run in that game. Struck out 10.
3-2. All 4. First walk issued by Diamondback pitching tonight. Here comes the leadoff man, Chris Taylor.
Number 3, Chris Taylor.
Taylor struck out all 3 times he faced Robbie Ray. First time the Dodgers have had a runner at second base tonight. They're leaving early.
Now that 7th inning was a crusher on the fans here at Dodger Stadium. They were willing to hang in a 2-0 ball game with the idea that their team might come back, but that 4 spot in the 7th chased a lot of them out of here.
So did JD Martinez with 3 home runs. Robbie Ray, the first pitcher in Major League history with 4 games against the Dodgers, all with at least 10 strikeouts. He punched out 14, a new career high, and the most by a D-backs pitcher since Randy Johnson had 15 against LA back in August of 2004. Right to Lamb at third. We head to the 9th inning. 9-0 Diamondbacks. Starts. JD Martinez has hit 3 home runs. Diamondbacks have hit 5. They lead at 9-0. Robbie Ray, sensational 7 2/3 scoreless innings. He gave up only 3 hits and set a new career high by striking out 14 LA Dodgers. Diamondbacks in line for their 11th straight win, 1 shy of the franchise record. And on to pitch the ninth inning, the right-hander Wilmer Font, who made his Dodger debut in Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader at San Diego. Gave up 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 2/3.
Walked 3 batters in that outing in San Diego as well.
Justin Turner out of the game. Kike Hernandez moves to third. Okoye Dixon is the new left fielder replacing Hernandez, and Alex Verdugo, the Tucson native, is the new right fielder in place of Yasiel Puig. Ray Fuentes will hit for J.J. Hoover. Pitcher spot, leads off the D-backs ninth. I've been doing some ciphering,
okay,
which is always problematic.
I saw you had your shoes off.
Well, yeah, I needed every toe. There's the numbers on Ray Fuentes. Couple of home runs this year. Robbie Ray has now pitched 31 2/3 innings against the Dodgers this year. He's got 53 strikeouts. That seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
Silvino Bracho starts to get loose in the Diamondback bullpen. Ray had a couple of hits in the series sweep at Coors Field. 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter this year, including a home run. And that big home run at Philadelphia to help finish off the sweep of the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park. Well, the thing about JD Martinez tonight, his 3 home runs have all come in his last 3 plate appearances. He homered in the 4th, the 7th, and the 8th. Last Diamondback to homer in 3 straight plate appearances in the same game. Damian Easley back in 06. That was at Atlanta. JD now with 33 home runs on the year. 17 as a Diamondback.
Damian Easley was another guy the Tigers cut loose. Whoops.
Yeah, just keep watching the waiver wire. Ray Fuentes works a leadoff walk. You mentioned the walks that Font issued the other day in San Diego.
Number 6, David Peralta.
Maybe we'll see if JD can get another at bat. David Peralta 0 for 4 tonight. Going to get out of play. Rockies won today. They beat the Giants 4-3 at Coors Field. Carlos Gonzalez a walk-off walk against Giants reliever Corey Guerin. So the Diamondbacks will still be 6.5 up ahead of Colorado in the wild card spot. Hernandez at third. That's the first out of the night.
Number 45, Christopher Negron.
Christopher Negron singled in the 4th inning, came home on JD Martinez's first home run tonight. So the D-backs are about to win, fingers crossed. Rockies have won. Milwaukee lost at Cincinnati 5-4. The Reds' Billy Hamilton hit a walk-off home run. So the Brewers drop a game and a half behind Colorado. Cardinals 3 back of a wild card spot. St. Louis won at San Diego today. Carlos Martinez pitched a 3-hit shutout. He struck out 10 Padres. This will be the Diamondbacks' 80th win this year.
They won 69 games last year. They will improve to 22 games over 500. Which I believe was the high water mark earlier this year, back on June 27th, when Ketel Marte had that walk-off at Chase to beat the Cardinals. Two and two on Negron. AJ Pollock go for 4. I don't remember ever hearing this place this quiet. It is remarkably still here right now.
Well, for what the Dodger fans have been able to come out here to Dodger Stadium and see this season, this is probably a little bit of a shock to the system.
You better believe it.
I mean, the Dodgers have played tremendous ball here at Dodger Stadium this year.
There were a lot fewer yellow seats when we started.
Dodgers are 52-16 here at Dodger Stadium this year.
Negron shoots it down the right field line. Fuentes will stop at third. Second hit tonight for Christopher. A one-out double.
Number 11, AJ Pollock.
Right down that first base stripe. Fastball down the middle of the plate. Negron with a defensive swing, a little bit tardy, but shoots it fair down into that right field corner for a one-out double.
I want to see JD Martinez get one more at bat.
I think that's why the people that have stayed here at Dodger Stadium are still here.
Here's AJ, who's 0 for 4. Martinez on deck. Second and third, one out. AJ hits it by Hernandez at third. This will get Fuentes home. They're waving Negron. There's no throw, and it's 11-0 Diamondbacks. 11 runs. How about 11 straight wins? And here comes JD Martinez, who has homered in his last 3 at-bats. In the 4th off Rich Hill. And then in the 7th off Pedro Baez. And then in the 8th off Fields. 3 homers, 3 pitchers. Can he homer in 4 consecutive at-bats?
What's really odd about the 3 home runs and 3 at-bats against 3 different pitchers. You know, you can almost see if you take the first guy deep and then you see him again and recognize his pitches very quickly, maybe take him deep again, but 3 separate pitchers producing 3 home runs.
JD Martinez! Is it 4? It's gone! JD Martinez homers in 4 consecutive plate appearances at Dodger Stadium. And the Diamondbacks are beating up LA. It's 13-0.
Have a night. Wow. Have him slip somebody else's jersey on and go back up there again.
How are they going to make up for the loss of Goldie?
Just have JD Martinez come up every other inning. That's a cement mixer slider that works right down in his happy zone, and he golfs it out of here once again to left field.
4 consecutive plate appearances, 4 home runs against 4 different pitchers. Maybe JD does stand for just dingers. Diamondbacks on their way to an 11th consecutive win. They've scored 13 runs. Curry pops it up first base side. Bellinger's there.
In fairness, we should point out that JD Martinez struck out back in the 2nd inning.
Oh, probably should bench him tomorrow.
22, Jake Lamb.
What a night. This is the kind of night you dream of as a hitter.
They'll put the shift on for Jake Lamb. Jake is walking 2 singles tonight. He scored twice. Every statistician in the ballpark has turned to the record books and the computers. There's a lot to take in.
JD just didn't want to be upstaged by Robbie Ray tonight, so he figured as long as I keep hitting home runs every time I go to the plate, they have to talk about me tomorrow too.
And they'll be talking. They'll be talking about this entire Diamondback ball club, which is changing the tone and tenor of the National League playoff race. In the National League and in the major leagues, the last player with 4 home runs in a game, Scooter Gennett, earlier this year. For Cincinnati, that was in June. He hit 4 home runs. Prior to that, the previous guy to do it was Josh Hamilton of the Texas Rangers back in 2012. Full count on Lamb, 3-2. Robbie Ray has struck out 14 Dodgers. JD Martinez has hit 4 home runs. That's drifting toward the left field corner. Dixon almost made a nice play over there. JD Martinez tonight has more home runs than the Dodgers have hits. This is a Labor Day that we won't soon forget. Jake Lamb strikes out. JD Martinez, 4 homers in 4 plate appearances against 4 different pitchers. Have checked and confirmed the first player in history with a 4-homer game at Dodger Stadium. It is the 3rd 4-homer game versus 4 different pitchers in history. JD tonight, Joe Adcock for the 1954 Milwaukee Braves, and Gil Hodges in 1950 for the Brooklyn Dodgers. 4 home runs in 4 consecutive plate appearances against 4 different pitchers.
Just remarkable. And you just get the feeling if he had another at bat and another at bat, he'd go deep again.
Absolutely
just
right.
One of those nights he is right on everything.
Silvino Bracho on to clean up the 9th inning. Kike Hernandez will lead it off. JD Martinez with more home runs tonight than the Dodgers have hits. Ray Fuentes is out there now. I think he's in right field, right guys?
Yeah.
So that's it for JD. John Ryan Murphy makes his Diamondback debut, taking over behind the plate for Chris Herman. Acquired at midseason from the Minnesota Twins. And a catcher the Diamondbacks like a lot, a very good defensive catcher. A guy we will likely be seeing down the road here at some point. Hernandez 0 for 3. This is JD Martinez's, I should say was, JD Martinez's 40th game with the Diamondbacks since he was acquired from the Detroit Tigers. And in 40 games with the D-backs, he's hit 18 home runs with 40 RBIs. One and two on Hernandez. Called strike three. Bracho rings him up, one down. Well, it will be a very interesting Diamondback Live post-game show presented by CenturyLink. You'll hear from Torey Lovullo. Jody Jackson will take you inside the clubhouse. Talk to Robbie Ray and JD Martinez, tonight's two big headliners. JD with 4 homers, Robbie Ray with 14 strikeouts. Here is Alex Verdugo, 21-year-old out of Tucson, 2 for 10 to begin his big league career. Only 4 games for LA. And he's a young player they like a lot, just called up Friday. Second-round pick out of Saguaro High School in Tucson by the Dodgers back in 2014. And a big year at AAA Oklahoma City, hit .314 there.
You ever been to that ballpark in Oklahoma City?
I have not.
That's a real nice setup. In years past, when I was working in Chicago, at the end of the season, we would always drive back to Arizona, listening to ball games on the radio on the way back, and we'd go from Chicago to Oklahoma City the first night and stay at one of the hotels right there near the ballpark. It's like a little ballpark village area. Beautiful little stadium.
That's the side of the Dodgers AAA club. Dave Roberts is looking at Verdugo for a possible spot on their postseason roster. They really like the way that he can defend all 3 outfield positions. He's a tough out. He can run the bases. And so they're anxious to see what he looks like up here in the big leagues. Bracho ahead 0-2.
Verdugo, another one of these young players that doesn't appear to cut down on his swing with 2 strikes. He's still trying to whirly bird.
D-backs with 4 runs in the 7th, 3 in the 8th, and 4 in the 9th. Bracho gets his 2nd strikeout, 2 down. Last man standing is Cody Bellinger. Bellinger 0 for 3. Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink. Follows our ball game on Fox Sports Arizona. There is so much to talk about, it's hard to know where to start. Let's start with a headline: 11 consecutive wins. We will go for the franchise record tomorrow night with Zach Greinke on the mound in LA. Last time and the only time the Diamondbacks have won 12 in a row, June of '03. They will improve to 9-8 against the Dodgers this year. Fastball under the whiskers there, and it's 1-1. Robbie Ray, sensational, 7 2/3 scoreless, a career high 14 strikeouts. Greinke gets the ball tomorrow against Hyunjin Ryu. There's a tapper into the shift. Negron is over there. And the Diamondbacks have won 11 straight ball games. They beat the Dodgers 13-0
The D-backs have won 11 straight and 13 of 14, while the Dodgers have now dropped 4 in a row and 9 of their last 10.
It's pretty easy to forget about the rest of the players in this game after what JD Martinez and Robbie Ray did tonight. It was pretty much their show this evening, but great first win in this series.
JD Martinez, 4 home runs in 4 straight plate appearances against 4 different pitchers. Robbie Ray, a career-high 14 strikeouts. The Diamondbacks have won 11 straight. They win the opener here 13-0. Stay tuned. Next, it's D-backs Live, presented by CenturyLink. All you want to know and hear on this big D-back win in LA. 13-0. How's 11 straight wins sound?